Hello, my name is Luna, and you're listening to Infinite Souls, a podcast for that real talk about consciousness, spirituality, and realizing our infinite potential. Mucho, mucho love and light. Hello, Infinite Soul fam. Welcome back to another podcast episode. Thank you for being here. How are y'all doing? Sending you all a virtual hug. Today is Friday because every show comes out every Friday at 6 a.m. PST. If you aren't aware, and if you want to keep following on with the show, make sure that you like and subscribe down there, okay? If you're watching on YouTube, you know where the subscribe button is in the description box. If you are listening only on audio, make sure that you go to my Instagram, which is Luna_Ashe, or you can go to my TikTok, which is Luna.Ashe, and there in the info area you will see a link, which is a link tree, and it has all of my links to all of the things that I do. I do many things aside from the podcast, so if you're interested, I make jewelry, I make paintings, I make spiritual baths, I also do Reiki, I also do sound baths, I also am a singer-songwriter, so I got my plate full, but you can find all of the links in my link tree. Okay, now let's get on with the show, shall we? Angel numbers. Have you heard of angel numbers before? Well, if you haven't, let me introduce you. So, angel numbers are repetitive numbers that you see as a sign of communication between you and the spiritual realm. It could be your guides, your angels, your ancestors, source, but most people say angels, which is why they call them angel numbers. Okay, now these repetitive numbers can be 1111. Have you ever seen 1111 on the clock and you're like, oh my god, let me make a wish? Well, once you get into more of a communication between you and your spirit guides, or you and your higher self, you and your guides or angels or whoever it is that you work with, once you establish that communication, there will be a back and forth. And so you will start to see angel numbers much more frequently than before. Now, before I had my spiritual awakening, in quotation marks, or before I learned about angel numbers, I didn't really see them very often. I would see 111 once in a while, but now I see all of them all the time. And when I mean all the time, I mean daily. I see numbers daily. And if you've ever hung out with me, you will see me pointing them out randomly. So you know I ain't lying about that shit, okay? I see 111, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, all of them, okay? So there's so many angel numbers. There's so many different combinations that there could be, and each number means something different. Each number has its own energy according to numerology. I'm not a numerologist. If that's is that what it's called? I don't know. Sorry, but I'm not a professional in numerology. However, I have had communication with my guides, have seen a lot of angel numbers in my life, and have written them down, have reflected, have communicated with my higher self, observed my life, and kind of gotten my own definition on each of the numbers, how it reflects in my personal life. Because the numbers, they have different meanings. So one number can have multiple meanings. A combination of number can have multiple meanings. And so it's up to you to decide which one is the meaning that applies to your current circumstance, your life, what you are experiencing, and see what your guides are trying to tell you. Okay, so let's get into it. How do you get into communication with your guides? First of all, how do you get into communication? Well, it's pretty easy. The way that you communicate with yourself. How do you communicate with yourself? By talking to yourself, right? Talking to yourself in your head or out loud. You can do it in your head or out loud for your guides as well. Just ask to open the lines of communication. Say, hey, guides, angels, I would like to communicate with you. If you haven't done before, say, I would like to receive guidance, to receive signs. And once you start to get more communication with your guides, you can ask them questions and wait for the answer, and the answer will come either that instant, or when you let it go, when you let the question go, the answer will come, like when you're walking down the street or something random. So it's very helpful to have this communication with the spiritual realm, or with the beings that love you and want to support you, because it's hard to do it all on your own, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I think that a lot of people can do it all on their own, but I don't think they should. I think that we're put on this planet with all these different beings for us to help each other and to interact with each other, to learn from each other, to bless each other, to love each other. So we are not just one person on planet Earth. We are so many, and you are everything, and everything is you. You know, if you believe in the law of one or universal consciousness, we are all connected through that divine universal presence of unconditional love. Love is all there is. So back to angel numbers. Once you set up that communication, you can actually ask your guides for specific signs. You can be like, today, show me a heart. You can say, I want to see a purple heart, or just any heart, right? Or you can be specific, either one, and just watch. The trick is, not really a trick, but the way to receive answers from the spiritual realm or from your guides is to be observant, to be present, to be open to receive the answers and guidance that the universe has for you. Because if you're not open to that, you think, oh, this is not working, it's not going to work, then it's not going to work because you're blocking it, right? You're not accepting that it will work for you. And once you accept that it can be different, then more doors open. Okay? So, angel numbers. Angel numbers are the way that your guides or your angels communicate their love for you, their support for you, their feelings of just being so proud of you, letting you know you're on the right path, giving you a little hope to know that you're not on your own. Okay? So it's a very beautiful thing to see. I'm going to go now through the angel numbers, and I'm going to start with 1111 or 111. So in numerology, one is like the first step, right? Like the very start of something. And when it's multiplied and it's made into 4, like 1111, or it's multiplied into 3, it's like 111, then it's amplifying that energy. So for me, whenever I see 1111 or 111, it means that all of my thoughts and everything that I am doing is manifesting in my life almost instantly. So be mindful of what I'm thinking, because your manifestations are about to come. They're about to come forth. Okay, you feel me? So it's really important to be in connection with source, with your guides, and to visualize your dreams with joy, to visualize yourself there, to keep on doing those manifestation works that you are doing for what you are searching, or what you are trying to achieve, right, through this manifestation. So 1111 is a portal. It's a doorway, all right? And if you look at it, technically you see 1111, right? It looks like it's two doors, right? Two portals. So you can go either way, which is kind of mind-blowing. I'm just realizing this right now. You can either go into one door or the other, depending on your thoughts. If you keep in this direction with your positive thinking and your positive actions, then you will reach that outcome. But if you stray from that and decide to doubt yourself and doubt your actions and make poor choices or talk badly to yourself or about others, then you switch to the other door, right? And 1111 is letting you know you're coming through a portal. You feel me? So that is awesome. That just is a download that I just came up with. So thank you, source. I didn't come up with it. It's all source, not me. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. 222. 222 means, for me, partnerships, union of two, relationships, and choices. So when you think of two, it's like you're juggling something between one or the other. So you have two choices, right? So when 222 comes up and you have choices in your life, that number is represented through your angels. Your angels are telling you, hey, you are supported. Whatever choice you make, it's gonna be okay. Just follow your intuition, follow your heart, do what makes you happy, do what fills you with joy and love. Okay, and that's how you will make the right choice, quote unquote right choice, because there is no right or wrong choice. I personally don't believe in right or wrong choice. I think that every choice you make is an experience, right? And no matter what choice you make, you're still headed home. All paths lead home. I don't know where I heard that, but it's always stuck with me. All paths lead home. We're all headed home. One may take the scenic route, and one may take the straightforward route. Okay, one may choose to explore a little bit more, and one may give up on exploring and not want to do anything and be in freeze, fight, flight, and freeze, right? So, and that's like from trauma and things like that. But that is who we are. You know what I mean? So the choice is yours, and spirit or your angels are telling you that you are guided in your choices. So whatever choice you make, you're gonna make the right choice. Okay? So don't stress out about it. Okay? Maybe that's why that number is coming up. The other thing it could mean is relationships, partnerships, and that comes with two, right? A pair. So either a romantic partnering, a economic partnering, like a career partnering where you're joining forces with somebody and building something new, or you're going to be opening up yourself more to other people, which will open you up to relationships. So if you have been searching for relationships or asking for relationships from the universe and you start to see 222, that's a good sign that you're on the right path, that your partner is coming. And regardless of what that may mean for you, the word partner, sometimes we want like a lover, right? And a friendship comes up. The important thing that this message is saying is to stay open and available. Number 2 is saying to stay open, vulnerable, and available, so you can receive whatever blessings and gifts you have from those people that are about to walk into your life, whether it's romantic or just platonic, it doesn't matter, okay? But a good time. Yeah, I love it. All right, so now let's get to the next one. Number 333. So 333 for me has to do with the let's see, I don't okay, the Holy Trinity. Not biblical here. I'm not religious, obviously, but 333 represents the Holy Trinity. What is the Holy Trinity? Not in a Bible sense, but what I mean in the Holy Trinity is mind, body, soul. Okay, mind, body, soul. Now, mind, body, soul is we're made up of a mind, a body, and a soul. And then that soul has other energetic bodies. We have a lot of energetic bodies outside of this body. And I'm learning about that still, but basically mind, body, soul being in unison, being one, becoming one. So being in complete balance within yourself, grounding yourself into your body, being healthy. Okay, it's also very spiritual. Of course, spiritual. This is a spiritual show, right? It's a very spiritual number, meaning it's very connected to the higher realms, to Christ's consciousness. So if you believe in that, then that will connect with you. Okay, that's 333 for me. Anytime I see 333. Now let's move on to the next one. 444. 444 for me is stability, foundation, and grounding as well. So 4, when you think of the number 4, you think of 4 corners, 4 tires. It means that something is stable, 4 legs to a table. You feel me? That rhymed. Okay. Stability, having your foundation strong so that you can grow and flourish. That is what 444 means to me. Also, financial stability. If you have been worried about your finances, thinking about your not so much worried about your finances, but if you've been thinking about creating stability, or you've been longing for stability in your finances, and you see 444, then that means it's coming for you. So get ready, keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna get it. 444 can also mean a home, so you could also receive a new home, move into a new home. Those are the 444s for me. Okay. 555. I love 5. 5 is my favorite number, and it's also my life path number. If you know your life path number, let me know in the comments what it is. Any other 5s out there? Woo-woo. So 5 is all about change. 555 means things are changing. You're about to shift into something else, okay? Maneuvering, moving from one thing to another. It also can mean internal changes within you. So things that are happening in your internal landscape, if you are doing some healing, shadow work, releasing, 555 is all about change. Embracing where you are, embracing yourself in the change, during the change, and after the change as well. It can be difficult because we're so used to being a certain way, and there will be resistance, but pushing on through and honoring every single feeling that you are feeling as you continue to move through it. Okay, moving through it, continuing to move is the key. It doesn't matter how fast you move. All that matters is that you continue to move, because everything is constantly moving. Okay, and if you want to bring certain things into your life, certain changes, create new realities, then you have to continue to move. Okay, so 5 is all about change. Now let's move on to 666. Ooh. Some people get scared of that number. It's not scary at all. 666 has been demonized by modern day religion and by society and by media, films, all that. All 6 means is for you to pay attention to your thoughts because there is some lack there. Something is, you feel like there is a lack. So for me, 666 is about void, darkness, lack. Something that is there that needs to be seen, right? So when I see 666, it usually for me is an indicator that I'm thinking negatively about money, that I'm worried about money. So pay attention to my thoughts so that I can redirect those negative thoughts, make them a positive thought, be grateful for what I have right now. And once I am grateful for everything that I have, then that feeling will shift and more things will start to come in. Okay, so it is a number of let's see, a number of awareness of the self and the mental garden, your thoughts. This is an internal landscape. Imagine your brain or your thoughts, your mind, as a garden with all kinds of flowers, and all those flowers are different thoughts. What are you feeding? What are you watering? Are you watering the pretty, beautiful flowers? Or are you watering the weeds and things that are eating up all the other flowers? You know what I mean? Are you taking care of your garden? Or are you just ignoring the garden? Your mental garden. Okay? Is your mental garden thriving? We can't thrive unless we change our conditions, right? The conditions meaning the things around us, outside of us, inside of us, is all reflecting one another. So your internal landscape is going to be reflected in your external landscape, right? So you can see physically the things that are happening inside of you if you are paying close enough attention. So make sure that you are feeding your mind positive thinking so that your garden can grow and be green and luscious, baby. Yeah. And then if your garden starts to be luscious and full of green, then your exterior reality begins to match that as well. Okay, the conditions around you begin to change. If your mental thinking, if you begin to think, oh, I'm the type of person who carries myself with respect. I don't talk shit about others because that is a waste of my energy. Then your environment is going to change, not only because you're thinking differently, but because you're going to start making different choices, because you're like, hey, if I don't want to talk about others, why am I going to hang out with so-and-so who all that person does is talk about other people? You feel me? So it's all connected. One affects the other and the other affects the other. They're so connected, you cannot separate the two, the mind, the body, and the soul. So 666 is a play on 333. It's double that, right? Which means it's an imbalance, which would be an imbalance. Anyway, so let's move on to the next number. Number 777. 777 is one of my favorite numbers to see because it means good luck. For me, 777 is good luck, good fortune coming your way. So be ready. All the hard work that you've been doing is paying off. Yay! Round of applause. 777 is super lucky, not just in the casino, also in angel numbers. Yeah. So that's what 7 really means to me. 7 is also like very lucky, very divine, very ethereal. So connected to angels. Angels, also there's specific numbers attached to certain angels. So if you want to do more research on that, I ask you, please do all the research you do. Don't take just my word for it. This is just a little bit of information that I'm giving to you here, okay? So, 777, lucky as fuck. Let's move on to 888. Another favorite number of mine. 888 for me is all about abundance. Being abundant as fuck. Okay, getting all of the fortune that you've been asking for. Just ching, 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 ching. Think of the 8 like 2 coins, and it's just raining on you. That's how I see 888. I just hear money when I see 888. Also, 8, the number 8 itself is a sign of infinity, right? The infinity sign flipped the other way. So it's a sign of infinite wealth, infinite prosperity, infinite joy, all of the abundance. Abundance is not just financial. Abundance is abundance of all things. Health, wealth, wisdom, joy, family, friends, everything. Okay? So that's what 888 is. That's a prime time, awesome number to see. And now, the last but not least, the last for this video at least, because there's so many other numbers, but we're going to go to 999. Okay, 999 is the last number that we're going to cover. And 9 for me is completion. Okay? Completion meaning you're not completely done, but you are completing it. This is a sign telling you are completing your cycle. You're at the tail end of it. Congratulations. This is like a high five from the universe. Saying, hell yeah. Hell yeah, look at my baby go. Let me give her a 999 real quick. Okay? So you are just, it's also very abundant, very rich energy, very royal energy, very like, yeah, just rich, abundant, royal, primo. I don't know why I keep saying primo today, but that's what 999 means for me. 10 for some people is completion, like you completely completed your cycle. But 9 for me is completion, like you're almost there. You're just about done. And it could be having to do with any part of your life, not just finances. Okay? So all parts of your life. And I think that's all the numbers I'm going to cover today, because those are the ones that I see the most. There are other ones that I see sometimes, but you have to be paying very close attention to see those other numbers, because the combinations are much higher and longer numbers. But if you keep seeing a number repeatedly, get curious about it. Look it up. And when you look up that number, think about, what were you thinking? Or what were you doing? What were you feeling when you saw that number? And write it down, make a connection, create a journal, and see if these numbers mean anything to you in your life. Okay? It is a sign of communication, that you're on the right path, your guides are here to support you, and you're doing a great job. And if you don't want to communicate with your angels or guides, that is okay. You don't have to. You can still do anything that your heart desires. Okay, because you're awesome. And you can do it. So, I think that's all for today. I'm going to leave you guys here. If you have any questions about any other number combinations that you see, or you want to tell me what numbers you see, let me know in the comments and I'll respond back. I want to talk to you, okay? So I'll let you guys know next time if I have any questions and the answers to those. As always, mucho, mucho love and light. Ciao.